Hello, welcome to my video in my vlog. This time I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday on League's Cup 2025, Day 5. Well, yesterday we played the games on the group Eastern number 2 and Western number 2. Where in the Eastern number 2 group, it can be a middle day or good and bad day for the Mexican teams because in the first game the Atlas lost against Orlando City 3-1, and with this result Atlas is officially eliminated. In the second game of the day, in a very exciting game, Inter Miami and Necaxa tied the game 2-2, but unfortunately Necaxa couldn't defeat Miami in the penalty shootout, and Inter Miami won in the penalty shootout 4-5, and they earned the extra point. And also bad news for the Inter Miami and for the spectacle. Lionel Messi was injured in the minute 11 and he left the pitch, and let's see if he's gonna to return to play to the last game. And in the last game of the group, in good news for the Liga MX, the Pumas defeated Atlanta 3-2, and the Pumas won his first game of the tournament. And in the three games of the Western number 2 group, in the first game, the América battled a lot, but in the end, they could tie the Minnesota 3-3 in the last minutes of the game, and they won the penalty shootout 8-7, and America earned the extra point, and in this moment they have 3 points. They are not eliminated yet. It's very difficult that they can qualify to the next round, but America could get the tie even that they play with one less man for more than 30 minutes. And in the second game, another, I think that good score or good result for the Liga MX. Atlético San Luis come back and tie the game against Salt Lake City 2-2, and Atlético San Luis and Atleti won the penalty shootout 4-1, and with this victory they earn the extra point, but it's very difficult that they can qualify to the knockout round. And in the last game of the day, in a bad game for the Liga MX teams, Portland defeated the Querétaro 1-0. About this game, I thought that the Portland was going to win this game by more than 3 goal difference because they are one of the best teams in the Liga MX, and Querétaro is the worst team in this moment in the Liga MX. But I think that Querétaro played a good game according to his football level, but in the end they lost and they are officially eliminated. So let's talk about a little more about each game. Let's start with the Orlando City 3, Atlas 1. The Atlas had lost against Inter Miami in the last minutes of the game, where I think that they played a very smart game, but in the end they couldn't tie the game and force the penalty shootout. So this was a must to win for the Atlas. But to be honest, this was a very bad game for the Atlas because the Atlas is designed to defend and counter-attack, and they are not a team that is especially or is focused to attack. So Orlando City didn't have any problem. They were the best team, I'm not gonna to lie, and they should have won this game by minimum another 5 goal difference because they were so superior to the Atlas. They were better for the Atlas and they outplayed the Atlas. Even that, the Orlando City battled more to score the goals because they only were leading 2-0 in the first minutes of the. Sorry, they were leading only by 1 goal difference in the half time. Later, Atlas tied the game and they put the motion to the game. And in that moment, I thought the Atlas was gonna to tie the game and for the overtime. But 7 minutes later, the Orlando City took again the advantage, and they handled them until the last minutes of the game, the stopping time. They scored another goal and they earned the 3 points. Now with this result, Atlas is eliminated, and I don't know if Gonzalo Pineda is going to continue to be the Atlas head coach because he hasn't made a very good team according to his level. In the second game of the day, Inter Miami and Necaxa tied the game 1-1. About this game, this was a very great game to be honest, where I think that Necaxa took advantage that Lionel Messi was injured in the minute 11. He left the team, and for the rest of the rest of the game, Inter Miami played with Lionel Messi. So Necaxa took advantage of that, but I think that the Necaxa should have won this game to increase the possibility to qualify to the next round, because if we see of the game, Necaxa was better team, but they couldn't execute that. Inter Miami started to win the game in the minute 12. Later, the Necaxa tied in the minute 33. After that, how I told you, Necaxa took advantage at since the minus 17. Inter Miami played with one less man, but Necaxa was attacking, but they couldn't score any goal. And when Necaxa in the minus 60, Chiquete Calderon received a red card, Since the minus 60, the both teams played with 10 men. But even that, the Necaxa was the better team. When we thought that the game was going to be sent to the overtime in the minus 81 in a very great place, Saul Monreal took the lead of the game and they scored the second goal from Necaxa. In that moment, I thought that Necaxa was going to win that game, but in the stopping time when the game was going to be finished, Jordi Alba scored the equalizer and sent the game to the penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, the Inter Miami was the best team. They scored the 5 penalty shootouts and Necaxa only missed one. And in the end, Inter Miami won the game in the penalty shootout. The extra point. And the last game of the group, Pumas defeated the Atlanta United 3-2. About this game, Pumas was the best team, but I think that they couldn't reflect in the score because they should have won this game by minimum another goal difference because they were the best. They were the best team in the game. I think that they played a tremendous game, and the Adalberto Carrasquillo first goal was a tremendous goal, a golazo. He scored 2 goals and got the victory to the Pumas. The only bad news is that Keylor Navas, the Pumas goalkeeper, received a red card and he's not going to play in the third game. So let's see if this no affect the result, and maybe they can be eliminated because in this moment Pumas is in the qualification zone and they need to win his last game to qualify to the next one. And in the last game in the game of the Western number 2 group, in the first game, the America and Minnesota tied the game 3-3. Remember that in the last game, America tied his game and they lost in the penalty shootout, and they needed to win this game. It was a must. About this game, this was a very funny game. It was a tremendous game. I'm not gonna lie. And in the end, I think that this was the best game of the day. Minnesota started to win the game when in the minus 16, Tani Oluwasigi scored the first goal. Later, 11 minutes later, in an own goal, Michel Boxal scored an own goal, and America had tied the game. But 4 minutes later, in a tremendous goal, in a tremendous counter attack, Bongukele Holwane scored the second goal for Minnesota. Minnesota was leading the game 2-1 in the first half. To be honest, in the first half, Minnesota had been the best team, and they should have been that game for minimum another goal difference, but they couldn't score any more goal. So America took advantage of that, and in the minus 53, America tied the game by the Jose Raul Zuniga goal. But after that, 9 minutes later, Igor Lichnowsky received a red card, a double yellow card. For the rest of the game, America played with one less man. Since that moment, Minnesota was the best team. They were attacking, but they couldn't score any goal. And in that moment, after the 5-10 minutes of the Igor Lichnowsky red card, Minnesota had a lot of goal opportunities. They took advantage of the Igor Lichnowsky red card, and 3 minutes after that, the Carlos Harvey scored the third goal of Minnesota. And in that moment, I thought America was going to lose the game. Minnesota had 2 or 3 more goal opportunities to increase the lead of the game and to finish the game, but they couldn't score that goal and finish the game. And in the last 5-10 minutes of the game, America was attacking because they needed to minimum to tie this game and force overtime to still have possibilities to qualify in the last game. And in the minus 90, in a corner, Sebastián Cáceres scored the equalizer and sent the game to the game. In the stopping time, Minnesota had the opportunity to win the game, but the America goalkeeper Luis Ángel Malagón, that had played a very bad football during the game, he stopped the Minnesota 4 goal and forced the penalty shootout. And the penalty shootout, the America was the best team. They won the game, the series 8-7, and they earned the extra point. Now America has still possibility to qualify to the next round, depending the results of this day. But it looks very difficult that they can qualify to the knockout round. And the second game of this group, the Real Salt Lake and Atlético San Luis tied the game 2-2. This was a very exciting game, and even that in the most of the game, Real Salt Lake have been better. Atlético San Luis could get the tie and won in the extra time. The Real Salt Lake started to win the game since the minus 9, and in that moment I thought that the Real Salt Lake was going to win this game, but in the minus 24, Atlético San Luis tied the game with a Joao Pedro Geraldino Santos goal, and in the halftime the game was tied 1-1. In the second half, it was a very exciting game. Both teams were looking for the goal of the goal, but I think that the Atlético San Luis was a little better. When we thought that the game was going to be sent to the overtime, in the minus 62, Miguel Alonso Garcia scored the Atlético San Luis second goal, and I thought in that moment the Atlético San Luis was leading the game 2-1, almost in the end. When we thought that the Atlético San Luis was going to win this game, in the minus 88, Brian Ojeda scored his second goal and the second goal from Real Salt Lake and forced the game to the penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, the Atlético San Luis was better. They executed better the penalty shootout. The Real Salt Lake only scored one goal in the penalty shootout, and in the end, Atlético San Luis earned its first 2 points on the tournament, but it looks very difficult that they can qualify to the next round. And in the last game of the day, the Portland Timbers defeated 1-0 Querétaro. About this game, I had predicted that the Timbers was going to win this game easily by more than 3 goal difference, because in the end, Querétaro is the worst team in the league, in the Liga MX in this moment. But Timbers battled more than I expected. They only win this game by only 1 goal difference, even that the Timbers played with one more player for the rest of the second time, but because Querétaro received a red card in the minus 45 in the last minutes of the first half, where Jonathan Perlaza received a red card. In the second half, the Timbers dominated the game, but to be honest, they didn't reflect it in the score. But how I told you, they battled a lot, but in the end, they won the game and they earned the 3 points. And how is the table? In the Liga MX, the table, the Tigres are still in the game. The table. They are the only Mexican team that have won both games in the regular time. Mazatlán and Toluca and Pumas have 5 points each one, and this is very surprised because I didn't expect that Mazatlán and the Pumas were in the qualification zone. In the bottom of them, Necaxa and Pachuca have each team 4 points, and Mi Bravitos de Juárez have 3 points, the same that the Puebla and América, but the difference is that the América have played 2 games. Atlético San Luis have only 2 games. León is officially eliminated because they only have 1 point and they have played both games. In the bottom are Rayados, Santos Laguna, Chivas, Xolos de Tijuana, Atlas, Querétaro, and Cruz Azul. Atlas and Querétaro are eliminated because they have played 2 games and they are pointless. Today, the Monterrey, Santos Laguna, Chivas, Xolos de Tijuana, and Cruz Azul need to win their games to still have possibilities mathematically to qualify to the next round, but it looks very difficult, especially for Cruz Azul, because they are minus 7 goal difference, and it looks very difficult that they can qualify to the next round, so they are eliminated. And the MLS group, the Portland Timbers and the Portland Timbers are the only team that has won the both games in the regular time. Inter Miami is in the second place with 5 points, and Minnesota and Columbus and Orlando City have each 4 points each one. In bottom of them are Seattle, LAFC, Cincinnati, Colorado, New York City, Salt Lake, and LAFC. Each one have 3 points. The difference is that the Galaxy, Cincinnati, Colorado, New York Red Bull have played only 1 game, and New York City, Salt Lake, and LAFC have played 2 games. So the most probably is, depending on the result of today's result, the New York City, Salt Lake, and LAFC will be eliminated. Montreal have 2 points, but they are going to be eliminated after today's result because they have played 2 games. And San Diego, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Houston are pointless, and San Diego, Atlanta, and Houston are eliminated, and Charlotte will play today, but the most probably they're going to be eliminated. So what's next? Today will we play the last game of the week 2, where will we play the games in the Eastern number 3 group and the games of the Western number 3 group. In the games of the Eastern number 3 group, will we play the Cincinnati against the Bravitos de Juárez and 17:50 Eastern time, and the TQL Stadium. The second game will be the Chivas against Charlotte. This game will be played at 19:50 Eastern time in the Bank of America Stadium, and the last game of the group will be Rayados de Monterrey against New York Red Bull. This game will be played at 20:30 Eastern time in the TQL Stadium. So in the first game, I think that the Cincinnati is one of the best team in the MLS. Bravos play a tremendous game in the last game, because I think that they won the last game. Yeah. So this will be an interesting game, but in the end, I think that the the Cincinnati is better team and they will win that game by 2 or by 2 goal difference in the second game. I think that the Chivas will have to take advantage to win one game and to still have possibilities to qualify to the next round. So I think the Chivas will win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference and they will win its first game of the tournament. In the last game of the group, Rayados and Monterrey against the NYRB. I think that Rayados will want to win its first game of the tournament. Rayados is better than NYRB, so I think the Rayados will win this game by more than 2 goal difference. And the last game of the days in the Western number 3 group, the first game will be Colorado against Xolos de Tijuana and 21:30 time in the Dick's Sporting Goods Park Stadium. The second game will be the Seattle Sounders against the Santos Laguna in the 2020 30 Eastern time in the Lumen Stadium, and the last game will be the LA Galaxy against my favorite team, the Cruz Azul. This game will play at 22:30 Eastern time in the Dignity Hall Sports Park. So in the first game, I think that these two teams, the Colorado and the Xolos, are one of the worst teams in the league. But I think that Xolos play better team in the first game, and I think that even that they lost by 5-2. So I think that this game is going to be finishing a tie, 1-1 or 2-2, and Xolos are going to win this game in the penalty shootout. In the second game, Seattle against Santos Laguna, Seattle defeated and humiliated my favorite team, Cruz Azul, 7-0. Santos lost against Colorado, so I think that the Seattle won't have any problem, and they will win this game by more than 3 goal difference. In the last game of the day, LAFC Galaxy against my favorite team, Cruz Azul, I think that my Cruz Azul was humiliated by the Seattle Sounders. They lost by 7 goal difference, so I know that this was an error, it was a mistake. This is not going to happen in this game, I hope. But Cruz Azul is eliminated, so I think that the LAFC Galaxy, they want to win to qualify to the next round. So I think that the LA Galaxy will win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and my favorite team will be eliminated. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or suggestions, you can write me in another social media platform. So see you next video.